Hello, guys. We have officially reached the last week of school, or I should say, the last week of art assignments that I'm assigning. So, this is our last and final project. Before I get going and kind of explaining what we're going to be doing for this week, a few things I want to make sure that I mention. The first thing is I am putting together a slideshow for all my grade levels of this year's work in art. I did make sure to include a lot of your e-learning assignments just to give you guys some recognition. Even though we weren't in the classroom, you were still doing assignments for me and doing a really great job. So be on the lookout for that. That will probably be posted later this week, if not early next week. And there might be something going out about that from Mrs. Mungo. I haven't figured all of the logistics without just yet. Haven't figured out the logistics with that just yet. Going off of that, I just wanted to say I know, and I've said this before, this is not an ideal way to be taking an art class. I was very much so looking forward to having all of my eighth grade students for the second half of the year, since I don't have you guys for the first half of the year. And then unfortunately, things kind of changed and that got cut short. But I do hope that if art interests you, even if it doesn't interest you, keep your creative juices flowing throughout the summertime. You have a really awesome teacher at the high school. The art teacher that's there is the same art teacher that I had. And she really inspired me to take this career path. So if it interests you, you've got a really great teacher there at the high school if that's where you're choosing to go to high school. So I just wanted to kind of start out by saying that. So back to this week. So this week's assignment is a free choice assignment, very similar to the first assignment that I assigned you. But I hope that at this point, it being one of our last assignments and you've done different things for me, hopefully it can be kind of oomphed up a little bit. So things to think about. Is there a specific type of art or project that you've been wanting to do? So maybe you want to take a spin on something that I did assign you and do something different. Or, maybe you really just want to paint something and you have some canvas laying around. Maybe you really enjoy portraiture drawing and you want to use it as a chance to kind of show me your skills in that area. Maybe it's a super nice day out and you want to do some super cool chalk art. I don't know what it is. I know a lot of you have been sending me digital art, which might be a route that you decide you want to take too. But know that this assignment is entirely free with what you want to come up with. As always, please post anything that you create on the assignment on Google Classroom. Along with this submission, I would like you to leave a comment. So it's kind of a two-parter again, just like the first assignment of the marking period. So along with your photo submission, please leave a comment telling me why you chose to create what you did and what it is. So tell me, I did this, I used this, this, and this to do it, and I did this because. I just want to hear a little bit about your thoughts. You can tell me that you hated it. You can tell me that you really liked it and you might do something like it again. Just tell me a little bit about what it is that you created. The slides to follow this one are just some ideas. So I was just going on Google, just typing some things in and just inputting some photos to maybe give you different ideas if you're stuck. So if you don't really like to do art or you don't have something specific that you think you're necessarily good at, these might be some options that you can explore a little bit. So this first image here is using maybe some different objects in your house to create a sculpture. This one is done either using toilet paper or paper towel rolls. So this can be a route to go. This one is just some chalk outside, but it's kind of amped up a little bit. So maybe taking that route and doing something with some chalk. These next two images, so maybe you want to find some leaves or flowers that are laying around, and maybe you have some paint and you can do some prints with them. So a form of printmaking, definitely a fun route to take. Maybe abstract art interests you, and maybe you have some spray bottles laying around or something that you can kind of throw against a paper or a canvas, and you can create some abstract art I recommend doing this outside because it can get a little bit messy, but we might have really nice weather this week, so that might be something you want to explore. Some other outside options, maybe you have a little water gun and maybe you can fill it with some watercolor paints and again take an abstract route to this assignment. There's some stained glass inspired chalk art. I've been seeing this like all over Facebook and Instagram for the different art pages that I'm on. It's a really fun way of just using some painter's tape, laying it out, painting or chalking inside the lines, and then peeling it away. Even when I take my dog for walks, I see this like all over the sidewalks in front of people's houses. So it's fun. This one, maybe you've got some water balloons laying around. You want to fill them up with different either watercolor paints or watered down tempera paint. I don't know what you guys have at your house. I know I have some students that are super into Legos. So maybe you want to do some really awesome Lego creation, and maybe that's a route that you want to take. Anything can kind of be turned into the art project here since it is free choice. Here are two more pictures that I found. Maybe you've got some rocks laying around. I know maybe a few years ago there was some type of rock, like take a rock, leave a rock thing happening in Florence where people were putting painted rocks places. If you found one, you moved it to a different location. You don't have to do that, but maybe if you've got some rocks laying around, it can be a fun canvas to have. It's free. Obviously, you can find some rocks outside. If you've got cardboard laying around, you can always cut up cardboard into a different shape. If you have yarn or string, you can kind of wrap it around to create something super cool. And if none of this interests you and you just want to stick to normal drawing, you can do maybe a portrait, or I attached some photos here of some landscapes. So if you have different materials in your house that you can do these types of projects with, maybe that's a route that you want to take. As always, I just like to post a lot of different photos because I know for me, seeing things really inspires me. So you might have the same mindset. So take it or leave it. If it helps you, great. If not, then just go a completely different route. That is fine. So just a reminder, when you post your free choice art photos, please also include a little comment telling me a little bit about what you did, maybe how you did it, why you did it, what you think. Just kind of give me your overall reflection of the project. All right, guys, I think that's all I've got. Continue to work hard this last week. Get any missing work from me done. Some of you have some missing assignments from the past 2. So please use this time to get yourself caught up as well, as we are really kind of coming down to the end here, and I don't want to put in zeros for you. So please make sure you are doing your work that has not been turned in yet. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will probably be posting another video before the official last day of school. All right, guys. Bye.